Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since my last video, but things happened and just was predisposed with some other things. Anyways, you know, I noticed today it's been about 35 days since our garden had that real hard freeze there in the third week of June. And I thought I'd give you an update on that and show you how it's kind of fared with what happened, what survived, what didn't, you know, and how it's doing now. So let's go take a look. Okay, let's take a peek here. It's pretty hot today, guys, and some of my plants are a little bit wilty looking. Sitting out here in this bright sun, but not too bad. They're doing pretty good. As you can see, my wife did a good job of weeding. We have no weeds anywhere. But here recently, we've had this grass just sprout up like wildfire. It's just taken over. But the main thing is this little row right here used to be full of what was the beans, the cucumbers. If you remember, they were very small when we had that frost. And as you can see, it's just grass. They didn't survive. The beans are all dead. The cucumbers are dead. They just didn't make it for some reason. However, some of my peas did. And they've actually been producing some peas over here. You can see they're not looking the best either. They don't enjoy, oh, that's a nice one. They don't enjoy this real hot temperature. That one there is just dead. So they haven't been doing very good with these warm temperatures, almost 100 degrees, quite a few days. But they survived, and they gave us a few snap peas. And they taste pretty good. That's one thing I like about these little sugar snaps, is it's just a garden treat. I just come out here and pick some and have a little snack. Anyways, my tomatoes, they were frosted pretty hard as well. And boy, I thought they were gonna die. But as you can see, they've come back to life. They're quite a ways behind, but that's not too bad. This one right here even has a little bit of tomatoes going on there. So that's kind of cool. We just don't have the growth we had last year because of that frost. But I'm happy that they survived and we got something going on. You know, it wasn't a total loss. This one here is actually starting to grow again. So you remember last year we had some tomato plants that were well beyond that, and that was the cherry tomato though. So we'll see what happens to that. Some of our new tomatoes that we planted actually were sprouting out when the frost hit. Some of them died, but as you can see, these ones down here have survived, made it quite the comeback. And so that right there, that one there might end up being a good one. But we're a little behind on just about everything. We do have some carrots still growing right down this little line here. Got a little bit of grass mixed in between. We don't care. We'll probably take care of that sometime. But the carrots aren't flourishing, but they're still alive. So I guess I can't be too picky about that. So as you look down here, we got lettuce going all the way down. It came back. It was hit with the frost as well. It took a little bit of a beating, but not as bad as some things. So we've been harvesting this regularly out throughout there. And, you know, we feed some to the chickens. It's great chicken feed. They love it. And as fast as it grows and regrows, we can't eat it all. So that's one reason we grow so much, is just to feed our birds and other animals. So working out pretty good. If you look over here, guys, we have the radishes. They did really well with the frost. For some reason, they didn't get hit too hard. But as you can see, they have gone beyond what normal people would harvest the radishes. And we're letting them go to sprout. And if you're wondering why I'm allowing to do that, it's not to replant. It's not to use the seeds for planting. But stay tuned later on in the summer and I will show you why I'm letting this go to seed. It's gonna be a tasty treat, I'll tell you. So we go down here. We have a few new tomatoes we planted in there after the frost, and although we're behind, they're growing and can't complain. My potatoes, man, they did get frosted pretty hard. And they've struggled a little bit, guys. They just haven't, I mean, they've stayed alive, but they haven't flourished. And so, you know, I think we'll have some potatoes, but it may not be the best crop. We have some pretty good beets going on, I have to say. Other than you can see there's some bugs that got in there and attacked the leaves a little bit. You can tell that they've actually done pretty well. One of our better plants, and that looks like a bee, but I think that's a ball. One of these dogs is in here. Okay, here we go. Let's get this. And we'll throw that over there. Oh, and he didn't go get it, so that's fun. Anyways, the lettuce. The problem with the lettuce, guys, is the heat has actually caused some burning. Now, I wouldn't say that in a normal situation this would be happening, but here with our water the way it is, you know, these plants are rather tender because, you know, the water is really high alkalinity, and it's just kind of difficult to get things to grow. So certain things can attack it a little bit easier, like the heat. I think we got some burning going on, but good enough for the chickens. Our dill survived pretty good, which is kind of cool, but we have no cucumbers, so that means, I guess, no pickles. I was gonna make some dill pickles, but we can save the dill for something else, so that's fun. Everything's looking not so great, but better than it could have been. Cabbage is looking ate up a little bit by those bugs, and but still growing. Boy, that wind's blowing today, guys. All right, well, my wife has requested some lettuce for the chickens. Look at that. That is not real pretty lettuce, but that's good chicken feed. They love it. We got a nice little bucket full, so they'll be happy. Now, this is the side that I was most excited about this year, and as you can see, it's lacking quite a bit, and it was hit pretty hard with the frost. If you remember, if not, go and check that video out, how we got frosted pretty hard. But everything over here was frosted. Some of it looked like it might die, you know. We had hopes it would come back to life, and some people suggested that it probably would, and they were right. It did. It took quite a while, and we are quite a bit behind. But if you can see, they did come back to life. So I guess I'm pretty happy about that. Like this little number right here, you can see some sunburn going on over on those leaves. But we have our first squash started. That's a spaghetti squash. And it's a nice little plant. This thing was actually hit pretty hard, and it's come back. Another spaghetti squash right there next to it. And they're coming back, pretty exciting. So check this out. I think these are called yellow zucchinis. And if you can see, we got some stuff going on in there, guys, and that's pretty cool. These ones have come back with a mighty vengeance here. And we got lots of little yellow zucchinis in there. Man alive, honestly, this one right here, I might pick that one tomorrow if it grows a little bit. It's kind of a nice little fryer size. So that's pretty cool. We got these going. Feel pretty good about that. This little number over here is he's trying. If you come down the line, we have some of my zucchini plants, and they've come back, and honestly, we got a little zucchini started in there. So they're starting to do some stuff over here. Oh, wait a minute, this one has one too. Cool. One little one started, so the zucchinis are coming back around. Over here, we got some mini pumpkins, and they struggled and struggled and struggled. But here recently, they've kind of picked up a little bit. That one over there actually looks like it's about ready to start running. So, have hopes for that. Oh, if we could have that month back. If we could only have that month back. Like this one here, this is a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, and it was hit pretty hard. I thought I almost pulled it up, to be honest with you. But it just held on, and caught back going again. It's starting to run. We got some blossoms in there, which is kind of neat. We have some of those ones I planted that I started in my incubator right here and here, and they're starting to come around. If we walk down here, we can see another jack-o'-lantern starting to take off. So things are kind of coming around, guys. Let's walk over here. These are the ones I really wanted. It just, oh, it took forever. Here we go. They're starting. These are my giants, and of course, if you watch guys on YouTube and see their giants, it would cover this whole area already with a plant. They'd have a big old huge area. They'd have a big pumpkin started already, and we just got set back, living up here in the high country, the high desert, that long winter, and then we got started and we had that late frost and knocked everything back, and we're like a month and a half, 2 months behind normal maybe. So what do you do? Anyways, good news is these ones are looking like they need a little bit of water. They're sagging a little bit. So this one here started running recently, and it's going to take off this way, which is cool. This is my bigger plant over here, and he is going the wrong way. He sure is trying. So we're kind of hopeful that this thing's actually going to do something. As you can see, my fence is right here, so I think I'm going to have to turn this, try to head it back that way. But I don't know. It's it's kind of depressing. At the same time, it's encouraging. Not a total loss. We have hopes that we will end up with some pumpkins, but not what I was imagining in my brain. Here's a fairy tale. So this is a little fairy tale pumpkin plant, and it's starting to run pretty nice, and so we might end up with some fairy tales. It's heading over this way, which is not bad because that one is empty. It can go all at once. Here's another cool little thing. We went ahead and planted some corn down here after the frost, well after the frost, and we thought we'd do this as a little bit of a wind block to hopefully protect our incoming pumpkin plants. So, and they're growing pretty dang good. So we're pretty happy about that. And we might have a little corn crop at the end of the year. On the other side, we planted a bunch of sunflowers over here. As you can see, they're growing. And we kind of did that as a little wind block as well. Hopefully. I wish I could have started earlier, but that's just what we did. But my goodness, guys, my battery is going to die on my phone, as per usual, after a long day. And this is what it looks like. So our garden is, it's not terrible. I mean, it's better than, I think it's better than last year. If I go look at the videos, I think we're a little bit ahead of last year. And we're getting there. So things are looking up. Things are green. We have some vegetables growing. It's not the worst thing in the world. I actually expected it to be quite worse after that frost we had. But so honestly, I'm feeling okay about it. We're doing okay. I think we have a couple pumpkin plants that are going to take off and give me some pumpkins, hopefully. And if we have August and September is pretty normal. Anyways, that's that. I'll give you another update on the garden possibly in another month, and we can see what's going on. But yeah, it could be worse. Anyways, thanks for coming along, guys. Hope you guys are doing well, staying cool, and having a great summer. So we'll catch you back out here hopefully tomorrow. We'll go check the cows, but we'll talk to you later. Have a good one.